Hey, good morning, everyone. My apologies if I didn't make this video right now. It probably wasn't gonna get made for another month or so. The sun is in my eyes, I'm sorry. So, it is now, what's today, May 28th, I believe. And I had my balloons removed. Okay, this is bad. I had my balloons removed February 24th. So it's now been exactly about 3 months and a couple days since I had the balloons removed. So just to recap, at that time, I believe I weighed about 196-ish. Yeah, I think that was about right. I weigh about 196, and currently I weigh about 187. So to answer all of the questions, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this and it's hurting my arm from a distance. I have to turn it the long way. Okay. So update on my progress. Was it worth it? My feedback and thoughts, etc. So I'm gonna try to keep this brief and as thorough as possible. So in total, I've lost about 38 pounds. It's fluctuated some because right now I'm in the middle of moving, so my eating habits are completely off. And I notice how much water weight I tend to retain, rarely gain. But when I focus for about a week, it all goes away. So at least I have that assurance that most of the weight that I tend to gain now is water weight or from salt and things that I hadn't been eating as much. So the status of my balloons, as I said, I've been able to maintain, but as I said, I believe I said in my last video, and I just wanted to reiterate, at the end of the day, I think it's a tool, it's a small tool. I'm sorry, I'm at my son's soccer tournament early in the morning. It's going to be kind of loud. It's a very small tool to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So the ideal candidate to me is someone that is capable of the discipline, which you have to be honest with yourself, because even I don't consider myself extremely capable. However, I did spend many months of working to get my eating habits on track, and then also working to get my workouts consistent, and that took a long time. They say it takes 3 weeks to establish a habit. For me, it took at least 3 months to even get some consistency. So everyone has different levels of discipline, and you have to be honest with yourself about where you are, because do I think that the balloons curb your appetite? Maybe in the initial couple weeks. After that, no, I don't. It's all mental. It's all your own individual discipline that can keep you aware. So what I would say was that if I wanted to, if I was in tune with myself and really asked myself, am I hungry, or do I feel like I need to eat, I could say no. But if I am not mentally disciplined, and not, whether I'm stress eating, whether I'm eating because it's in front of me, whether, I'm just not taking the time to make that a priority, you can eat. And, it's not like, I would think like a gastric sleeve or a gastric bypass where you really can't eat. With these balloons, you can eat, and it's going to make space, and you'll keep eating the way you would any normal day. But if you take the time to be in tune with yourself and ask, do I need to eat? Am I hungry? You could see, okay, I'm really okay. So that's my general take on the impact that it has. One of the things that I read, and I'm going to try to find it, that someone mentioned was that I wish I had it in front of me and I wish I had read it recently. But, they talked about kind of where the balloons sit and how they were able to take in food or more food, especially like the negative food. Whereas, something like some proteins and things would fill you up. But if you're eating carbs first and, anything bad for you, it's just going to keep making space for it. And I don't think they worded it some kind of way with it. I'm sorry, I'll post it in the comments once I go back and read. Like something about the way, I don't know, it's like the way that it felt like, when you get hungry, it was really a feeling that you couldn't ignore. I forgot how it was. I'm sorry. I have it somewhere in my camera, so I'll have to go back to it. But I did think it was an on-point assessment, and that person had only probably lost a pound and was really defeated by the process. And I thought her assessment was honest, and I think the only reason why it was effective for me was because I really, once it took the months and months, I think it did help for me after some up and down to finally get a rhythm going and a habit going, and also, my workouts were going. So that's what kept me on track. But was it the balloons? No, I can't say that. So if you haven't mentally committed or already achieved those habits by the time the newness of it all wears off and your body has adjusted, you probably won't be able to be successful. No problem. Good morning. Yes, I am. No, you're fine. No, I'm myself.
Okay, all right.
So, let's see. What else was it worth? So, was it worth it? That's the big question that I've seen, people ask, and that's all in what's important to you. For me, at this point, like I said, I've lost 38 pounds. Do I think, could I have lost it in other means? Could I have lost it on my own? Yes. Was I doing that? No. And that to me is kind of what it amounts to. Yes, I was fully capable of doing it on my own, but I wasn't doing so. So it took something drastic, and whether it created a mental, not desire, just a mental thought of it doing something for me to actually put in the work, it was probably more of that. It was probably, now that I had this tool in place, and now, the thought of I can't waste my money, so it forced me to physically commit what I had already financially committed to. And for me, that was enough to stay focused, and I think, it did finally stop the spiraling that my body had been doing. So, for me, it was. But I do think if someone has other means or something else that can motivate them, whether it's like a boot camp that has like a diet component, a long-term boot camp, something that they can financially invest into that's going to build up, your commitment to your diet, which is always 90% diet, and, your workouts, then, that may be the better option. But for me, it was what I needed to just get back to a reasonable place, to get back to a point where I loved, myself, the way I look, my body, and now, it's just a point, I have been going up and down. Like I said, I've been moving, I've been house hunting, like my life has been a whirlwind for the last 3 months, but it has gotten me to a place where, okay, I'm familiar with putting in the work at this place. 'Cause at that point, when I was 30, 40 pounds over my normal weight, I couldn't even, I just couldn't put a dent in it. So let's see. I don't remember any of the other questions, but after I post this, I will go back through and answer everyone's questions individually. I hope this helps some. I promise I will answer questions. This will probably be my last video concerning the balloons, but I will answer everyone's questions from here. So I appreciate you guys' patience and have an awesome holiday weekend.